How to become an Amazon #1 bestseller, writing the book in 1 day and becoming the bestseller in 3 weeks. So I was actually inspired to do this by Kat, I'm going to pronounce her name wrong, Loterzo, I can't pronounce it, Loterzo, Kat Loretzo, something like that. I had followed her for a while on Facebook and her email newsletters and whatnot, and I find her hugely inspirational, motivational, and all that jazz for entrepreneurial stuff. And I'd seen on Facebook that she was doing some Facebook advertising. She had a free Amazon bestseller book available if I signed up. So signed up in a second, in a heartbeat, something free, right? And a book, and it's her amazingness. And I printed that book off, and I kind of just like sponged that stuff up. It was really, really brilliant, high quality content. I loved it, and I felt inspired, and I highlighted the crap out of it, and I wrote through those printed pieces of paper, and I loved the crap out of this book, and it inspired me. I'm like, okay, how can I do that, have that type of reaction from my target market, right? So I hadn't had aspirations to be a writer or Amazon bestseller or anything like that, but I thought, nah, I'll give that a crack. I'll give anything a crack, right? But I got really bogged down with the whole bright, shiny object syndrome. I was, getting distracted by everything. They even paid a VA for a while, paid a VA to go research it for me on Amazon, selling a book on Amazon. What was involved, what did I need to know, and just how to get it on there. I didn't know how. So it actually took me about 5 months to get it up, and I remember the day that I wrote the book. It was in December last year, 2014. My boyfriend had gone out fishing, and he promised to be along one so I could do some computer work. I do love my boyfriend. And I was fart-arsing around on Facebook again, annoying myself. I had a whole day completely to myself, and I was wasting it. I was getting cranky with myself, to be honest. And then Kat Loretzo, however you pronounce it, popped up on my newsfeed. And at the time, I think she currently still is, she's been traveling the world for at least 12 months with her husband and 2 kids under 4 years old. At that time, she was traveling in an RV, so a caravan, across America in winter with the 2 kids, and her Facebook post said, had no Wi-Fi for 2 days, wrote a book, here it is. Something like that. She'd written a book in 2 days and had it up on Amazon for sale. I'm like, oh my God. How does she do this? And I thought about it, and well, if she can do it with 2 kids under 4 in a freaking caravan in freezing ass caravan parks in the middle of nowhere, I can bloody do it too. I can pull my finger out. So I switched off everything. I opened a Word document, and that was it. I was writing an Amazon book. I was getting it done. No more excuses, no more BS. That sounded very like Kat that just then, didn't it? I was listening to her a lot at that stage. Okay, so I wrote that book in 1 day, and ultimately my book, the content was already written. This is the genius of what I noticed in Kat's book and how I write my books, is that I ultimately glue my blog posts together. That is the content of the book. It's really good stuff. That's why I put it out in the world. I add my story at the front. I added, my products and programs at the end. Added the table of contents. Good to go. Oh, hottie boyfriend's home. Okay, and then I created the Canva cover as well. Oh, the cover in Canva, which is really quite easy to do. Uploaded it into Amazon, and 2 weeks later I did a 5-day freebie promotion, which is done through Amazon. I threw $100 of Facebook advertising, targeted Facebook advertising, into it, and 5 days later I had 500 downloads, and I was Amazon #1 bestseller. True story. So since then I've actually done another Amazon book exactly same process, glued my blog post together, same template, threw 200 bucks this time into Facebook advertising, 700 downloads later, Amazon #1 bestseller. And this is the second book.